and welcome to What's Buzzing, Doc, where we talk about the real stories behind the white coat, brought to you by BWIT's Review and Tutorial Services. I'm Dr. Princess Garcia, and every week we feature doctors and medical students who'll share what it really takes to survive and thrive in medicine. So, joining me today is one of our BWITS lecturers and my co host, Dr. Mao. He actually graduated magna cum laude and ranked fourth out of 353 students from the UST Faculty of Medicine and Surgery, and completed his postgraduate internship at UP Philippine General Hospital. Let's hear about his journey from NMAT, med school, to what's inspiring him every day. Doc Mao, pakilala ka muna sa ating mga viewers.
Hi guys, I'm Joseph Rafael Arma Ulyon. You can call me Mau pala. No, hello sa mga TFC subscribers natin out there. Ako, thank you sa
Hello!
grabe nakakahiya kasi very humbling naman yung introduction, no? Anyway,
So, start tayo with some questions. So, I just like to ask, before med school, can you tell us more about your pre-med? Like, ano yung mga kinuha mo and bakit yun yung pinili mong pre-med course?
okay. Ang pre-med ko actually is BS Medical Technology. Ang basis ko noon
Mm.
kasi is yun yung pinili nung crush ko eh. Yun nung
Oh
high
my
school
God!
kami.
Wow!
Nung high school
Okay.
kami, actually USC high school kami that time, no.
Mm-hmm.
Nakita ko sa kanya, hala, BS Medtech yung ano niya, yung first course niya dun sa UST. Tapos, ayun, sabi ko sa sarili ko, gusto ko lang naman maging doktor sa una eh. As in, sa huli, gusto ko na maging doktor. Ganun. Wala na akong paki kung anong college pa yan. Basta, masaya ako
Mm-hmm.
pagkasama siya. So, pinili ko Medical Technology. And ayun, I can say it's actually the best. Pre-med for me, medyo biased kasi ako yung medtech eh. Pero, ayun naman, as days pass by, na gusto ko na yung BS Medical Technology. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
as a clinician right now, no, as a future licensed MD rather, no, I think sobrang helpful ng isang doktor na nag-pre-med mula sa BS Medical Technology.
Why would you say that medtech, like what you said earlier, is the best? What distinguishes it or differentiates it from the other pre-med courses?
Naku, maka-cancel out ata ako. Pero for me, I'm not saying na ito lang ay para sa
It's
medtech, no?
okay.
Pero for me, no, gaya ng mga sinasabi ng mga seniors namin and a lot of students din, parang yung mga BS Medical Technology kasi, yung mga courses namin, medyo naka-incorporate na sa medicine. Like, sa first year, meron na kaming histology. Sa second year, may microbiology, parasitology, no? Meron din tinatawag na clinical pathology. And some point, meron ding anatomic pathology. And it boils down sa third year din. Andun na lahat, internal medicine, no? Andun na lahat,
Mm-hmm.
pediatrics, OB-GYN, na-incorporate pa rin yung medical technology. So, I think, ayun, masasabi ko, for me,
You know
ang
what, Doc? I
best.
actually agree with that. I agree with that very much because I've had a bunch of classmates also who were medtech and they were always booming. Magagaling sila, lalo na dyan nga sa mga para. Especially third year, sila talaga yung mga kakapitan mo ng pa-help naman kasi nahihirapan ako. Okay, you're probably one of those na magagaling, no, Doc?
Actually, hindi. Kasi nung BS Medtech ako, hindi naman ako ganun kagaling. Hindi ako graduate ng Latin
Aha.
Honors nung BS Medtech ako noon.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro, I think medyo naging pabaya ako noon eh. Nung time kasi
Mm-hmm.
na Medtech ako, medyo BS major in org ako. So, mahilig ako sa
Oh,
organization namin. So, ang org namin was
okay.
UST Red Cross Youth Council Pharmacy Unit, UST RCYC
Mm.
Pharmacy. And
Mm-hmm.
every student year, academic year, I actually have a position. And in the latter part nung academic year, no, I became the president nung USC-RCYC Pharma. And I think, no, medyo lang hindi ko naman sila biniblame totally. Medyo lang na prioritize ko yung organization more than my studies. Kasi for me,
Mm-hmm.
ang aming organization is very, parang toxic. Hindi naman toxic in a way na yung mga people, pero yung workload kasi parang it invites more work lang talaga. And being the president nga nung organization namin, it entails na maraming ginagawa talaga. Kasi ang organization namin for the past few years are actually award-winning siya. So,
Mm-hmm.
we retain yung mga awards na yon, and we retain medical missions, bloodletting, etc. Pero, don't get me wrong, ang dami kong nakuha sa organization namin. For example, no, mga first aid duties, medyo natuto rin ako mag-manage ng patient dahil doon. And then, syempre, may
Mm-hmm.
mga kasamang certificates. Kasi 'di ba sa med
Yeah.
school application naman, it's a balance of grades, no? Grades, extracurricular activities, tsaka NMAT. So, ayun, probably, no? Ang regret ko lang is hindi ako nag-Latin honor, no? 0.06 lang, konti na
That's
lang,
okay.
magko-cum laude na ako. Pero ayun,
Mhm.
I think okay lang sa akin kasi ang daming binigay na benefits and ang daming
Mm-hmm.
experiences na na-learn ko from the Red Cross Youth Council Pharmacy Unit.
Wow, amazing. So, Doc, because of this, of all of your college journeys and how it was, how would you say your NMAT journey was?
Okay. NMAT journey. Okay, ang NMAT
Yeah.
journey ko was actually, hindi siya nung una, actually, I tried NMAT twice, no? The first time I took it
Mm-hmm.
was October 2018. Yes, it's 2018. No, I got
Mm-hmm.
75, no? I got 75
Oh.
lang. Bakit kaya? Siguro
Uh-huh.
I think, yun nga, sabi ko nga, ano ako noon, RCYC president, and then at the same time,
Yeah.
intern ako sa isang public hospital, so serious, no? Medyo toxic kasi, medyo toxic yung environment tsaka yung work sa sorry, not environment, yung workload sa Jose Reyes kasi it's a public hospital. And then ayun, siguro ang hindi ko lang nagawa sa first time ko mag-NMAT was to really study. Kasi ang thinking ko that time was parang, itong NMAT kasi parang statistics lang yan. Siguro hindi naman ako yung pinaka mababa siguro sa kung i-rank ako sa lahat na magte-take. So, ayun,
Yes.
although that summer nag-review ako ng sa isang review center na sikat, no. Pero hindi pa rin ako nag-review and hindi pa rin ako nag-practice. So I think yun yung
Mm-hmm.
nakulangan ako sa first time. And syempre, actually I was hurt that time, no, kasi 75 lang ako kahit wala naman akong ginawa. So,
Yeah.
second time, I tried nung March 2019, no? Nung March 2019, ang pinagkaiba, no? Nag-review na ako, nag-practice test ako ng marami talaga, and then I used
Mm-hmm.
the sample exam given by the CEM. And I think yun yung nag-pull
Mm-hmm.
ng grades ko into 97, which actually
Yes.
helped me to be accepted in medical schools, by the way. Ayun.
Wow. So again, for your story comes from 75 to 97.
Yes.
That is amazing. Wow, ang galing mo naman, Doc. So, because of this, when were you what's this called? After being satisfied, you were satisfied now with 97. What med schools did you apply to?
Okay. Med schools that I applied to. Actually, nung, di ba, nagkaroon ako ng 75 na NMAT. And then,
Mm.
October 2019 kasi yun eh. I think ang that time ang applications ng USC Medicine was around November to February. So ang ginawa ko, I submitted yung 75 na NMAT
Mm-hmm.
nung around December. Then late February, yun nga, I actually got rejected into my own school sa UST FMS. Pero ayun, I tried, no? I tried writing a reconsideration letter, now attach yung
Yeah.
97 kong NMAT. Pero if you can see dati dun sa website nila, they actually say na
Mm-hmm.
dapat March 2018 and October 2018 lang yung NMAT na tatanggapin nila and no beyond na on that point. And ayun, so I tried to write a letter, and then ayun, hindi pa rin ako natanggap. Wala akong emails, wala akong text na natanggap. And siguro masakit 'yun para sa akin. So after nun, syempre I have to take a gap year na kasi hindi ako natanggap sa
Mm-hmm.
UST and I didn't apply in any medical school. So ayun,
Oh, okay.
I actually pursued, no, a different path. So nag-work muna ako as a NMAT review lecturer sa isang sikat na review center at that
Oh.
time. And then sabi ko kung hindi ako magdo-doktor, mag-abroad na lang ako, no. I actually took yung licensure exam sa abroad naman and also yung licensure exam here and I both passed. So, my plan B at that time, sabi ko, magsiswimming na lang ako sa limpak-limpak na pera abroad. Pero ayun,
The
after
dream.
yeah. Dollars, US dollars pa, 'di ba? So after that naman, sabi ko, dumating ulit yung med school application after 1 year. Now, I applied to UST and then I also applied in UPCM and also in UERM. I actually got accepted in UST, UERM, pero I was rejected by UPCM. Hindi na rin ako
Mm.
nakapag-interview at that time sa UPCM. And ayun, I chose UST. Pero I think siguro yung struggle ko at that time, I think lahat naman tayo makaka-relate kasi 2020 na yung time na yun was yung pandemic. And
Mm.
ang hirap lang kasi I was actually yung pinaka-youngest sa aming family and hindi naman kami ganun kayaman. I belong to a lower middle class family and
Mhm.
having na parang mag-tuition ka sa isang med school na it would cost you around 1.5 million sa isang medicine lang yun. Wala pa yung mga books, wala pa yung iPads, wala pa yung mga damit doon. Siguro it would cost you around 2.5 million. And sobrang laki nun. And then nung pandemic namin, so we had bakeries, no, medyo humina sila kasi there were limitations and restrictions. 'Di ba may mga GCQ, ECQ at that time. So limited yung
Yes.
mobility ng tao. Wala masyadong bumibili. So yung
Mhm.
kinikita namin enough lang para sa amin sa 3 beses namin na pagkain and then sa mga syempre sa mga employees nila mama and papa. And actually, yung isa ko ring kapatid was an accountant. He's a graduate of USC Accountancy. Ang sabi niya pa sa buong pamilya, parang at that time, sabi niya, Pel kasi yung palayaw ng pangalan ko. Parang hindi ata namin kayang paaralin ka sa USC Medicine. At that time, sabi ko, hala, kala ko ito na yun eh. Parang, ito na, parang binigay na sa akin. Pumasa na, dati bumagsak ako, ngayon pumasa na ako. Tapos biglang pandemic. And ayun, parang sabi ko, ito na ba yung time para lumipad na ako ng bansa? So, ayun.
So after that, what happened, Doc? Did you still proceed to med school or what? But seeing how you are now, I think you did. How did it happen?
Oo nga pala. Anyway, ganito yan. Kasi, actually, even before pa, nung first time ko mag-apply, I was eyeing talaga sa mga scholarship application. And sa USC Medicine, laging
Mm.
may scholarship application dun sa after mo mag-apply ng USC Medicine program. May nakalagay dun na
Mm-hmm.
poster na Narji Roy FMS Foundation Incorporated. And lagi, 'di ba sa simbang gabi may 12 days, 'di ba? Ang ginagawa ko nung time na 'yon, kinokompleto ko talaga yung 12 days. Pag hindi ako nagising ng 4 a.m., pupunta ako ng
Mm-hmm.
4 p.m. sa USC Chapel para ikumpletuhin yung simbang gabi. Ang hiling ko lang
Wow.
at that time noon, sabi ko, Lord, kung para sa akin talaga ang medisina, Grabe, challenge si Lord, no? Sabi ko, Lord, kung para sa akin ang medisina, ibibigay mo sa akin yung scholarship ng UST. Wow! Or, matatanggap ako sa UP. And, syempre, hindi nga ako natanggap sa UP. So, ayun, binigay talaga ni Lord lahat-lahat. As in, sobra-sobra
Amazing.
pa. Kasi, after applying sa Nargery FMS Foundation, they actually provided the whole tuition, even the miscellaneous fees from first year to fourth year
Wow.
kasama. May books na
Mm.
kasama, and then if you're outside Metro Manila, libre yung board and lodging mo. And then, ayun,
Mm.
marami pa sila. Actually, they also funded my international rotation sa Japan. So, ayun, sobrang
Wow.
sobrang
Galing
thankful ako
naman,
sa
Doc.
Yeah, sobrang thankful ako sa foundation namin kasi without them talaga, not siguro, I wouldn't be here talaga. Siguro I'm
Mm-hmm.
not, parang hindi talaga ako magiging doktor. Ayun,
Ang galing. Applause, applause for Doc. Galing-galing naman.
hindi naman.
So anyways, aside from that, let's start talking about med school. So how was your first year like? Since naging pure online na siya, 'di ba? How was that experience for you?
Yeah, pure online nga siya. Kasi kami not necessarily pandemic batch kasi March nag-start ang pandemic eh. So, ang nangyari
Mm-hmm.
sa amin was since ECQ nung time na yon, ang nangyari was full online, 100% online talaga. Imagine anatomy, yung cadaver dissection online, no?
Wow,
Recorded
online
or live.
lang.
I think ang mahirap lang sa amin was, yun nga, hindi kami nakapag-dissect, pero our professors kasi at that time sobrang ganang-gana silang magturo. Nasa laboratory sila, nagda-dissect live, and then may mga apps pa rin sila, may mga applications pa rin sila binibigay sa iPad namin, may mga subscription sa mga phone para makita namin yung cadaver, etc. And I think ang ganda nung online virtual mode ng UST, yung EVM nila. Sorry, EVM, no? Enhanced Virtual Learning, no? I think kahit online nung time na yon, I think masasabi kong ang dami kong natutunan. Kasi honestly, parang kung titingnan mo, parang 'di ba, ang usual setup talaga ng medicine was face to face talaga eh. Kailangan nasa harap
Yes.
mo yung doktor, nagtuturo,
Mm-hmm.
etc. Pero I think it provided us accessibility na kahit na pandemya, nakakapagturo sila at natututo yung mga bata. Siguro ang struggles
Mm-hmm.
ko lang at that time, ano ba, parang pag-exam namin. Nung exam talaga namin, talo ka pag mabagal yung internet mo. Kunyari, umuulan.
Yes.
Siyempre, masisira yung
Mm-hmm.
internet mo. Nag-quiz kayo. Okay, pwedeng ma-invalidate yung kini-quiz mo kasi na-disconnect ka sa Zoom, etc. And I think nag-cause ng anxiety sa mga students was yung dalawang camera. Kasi, siyempre, ang dalawang camera namin was in front, no? In front camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the back, na nasa 8 o'clock or 5 o'clock position. So,
Mm-hmm.
as in, pag nag-exam kami, ganun lagi yung position ng aming test taking.
Camera.
And parang na-anxious yung mga students sa ganun. Parang,
Yes.
hala, yung bandwidth namin, paano yun? Ang dami nun. Naka-zoom na nga sa harap,
Mm-hmm.
naka-zoom pa sa likod. And then,
Mm-hmm.
yun, pag may nagdi-drill ng martilyo sa bahay, rinig ng mga ano yun, ang tawag dito ng mga kapwa mong students habang nag exam. Siguro, yun yung
Mm-hmm.
struggle sa online learning part namin. And
Mm-hmm.
ang nakikita ko lastly was interaction with medical students. Kasi for me, ang hirap na nakikita mo lang sila sa laptop. Parang ang hirap lang ng ganitong
Yes.
setup. Parang hindi mo nakikita na same kayo nagsasuffer. Parang ganun. Parang, ala, totoo ba
Uh-huh.
talaga tong pinagdadaanan ko? Bakit ganun? Parang walang makarelate sa akin.
Parang
So,
you
I
feel so
think
alone na ikaw lang, no?
yeah. Kaya
Mm.
nung nag second year, third year, no. Second year nagkaroon na kami ng limited face to face, no. Nagkaroon na kami ng skills based na 10%. Nagmi-meet na
Mm-hmm.
kami. Doon ko lang nakita yung mga subsec mates ko or yung classmates ko at that time. Second year na kami. And it was actually a bit awkward at first kasi first time mo lang sila makasama tapos biglang, ala, ito na pala sila.
Ah,
Wala na sila sa Zoom. Ang tangkad pala
oo.
nito, ang liit pala nito, parang gano'n. Pero ayun, as
Oo.
days passed by, nasanay na din kami na
Yeah.
Zoom minsan, tapos sa UST Medicine minsan. Ayun.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think naka-adopt naman kaming lahat. Sana.
Yes. That's good. So, from all of your med school, lahat ng pinagdaanan mo, what can you say would be the most memorable experience that you've had?
Most memorable. Okay. Siguro yung most memorable ko is ang USC Medicine kasi is actually parang known for its Revalida. So, yung Revalid,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure with other schools, I think in-implement na rin nila or may dating Revalida system na sila. Pero sa USC kasi yung pinaka-known na Revalida, meron kaming tinatawag na oral and written Revalida. So, yung
Mm-hmm.
first was yung written Revalida. It's actually a 200 item exam, no? Covering from
Mm.
your first year to fourth year. So, 200 items yun. Although non-graded, you actually need to pass that in order para makapag-take ka ng oral revalida. Pag bumagsak ka ng written revalida, hindi ka na pwede mag-Latin honors. And the passing for that one is 75%. So, kung 200 items yun, 150, kailangan 50 lang yung mali mo. And years, no, yung mga seniors namin, binabalaan na kami, o mag-aral na kayo. Mahirap yung written revalida. Ang daming mortalities dyan. Ang daming bumabagsak. Siyempre, natakot ako kasi, siyempre, pandemic batch nga kami, no?
Scary. Scary
Parang
talaga siya.
iba na yung iba na, although face-to-face yung exam, no? Sinasabi ng mga ibang tao, ay, pandemic batch to, no?
Mm-hmm.
Parang, online sila, nag-cheat yan, ganyan-ganyan. Kahit na dalawa yung
Mhm.
camera namin, hindi ko alam paano
Mhm.
mag-cheat yung mga tao doon. So, ayun, nag-aral ako. Medyo samplex tayo. Syempre, hindi ko naman kaya aralin
Yes.
yung 4 years
Oo.
ng 1 year lang kasi fourth year namin yun. So,
Mhm.
Samplex is the key. Sorry po. Samplex yung key ko nung time na yon, nung time ko, no. I'm not saying sa iba. Baka sa kanila, nagbubook sila or nag-notes ng mga iba. Pero ako, for me, mas natututo ako at that time sa Samplex. And then,
Mhm.
ayun, I actually passed yung exam, no? I actually passed yung written
Mhm.
Revalida exam. And I think mataas naman yung nakuha ko at that time. Hindi naman ako babagsak nung time na yun. And I was actually invited to teach din yung mga nag-remedial exams for the written Revalida. And I am so
Mm.
grateful na I was able to help in some way yung aming batch. And then came yung oral Revalida is ang prerequisite niya nga is mapasa mo yung written revalida. Whether it's
Yes.
first pass or remedials, okay lang. No, ang oral revalida, it's actually graded na. Yung written kasi, formative lang. Yung oral revalida, which is actually graded na sa UST. And, ayun, it comprises of 20% ng final grade namin sa UST at that time. Yes, notorious pa rin siya na may mga nambabaksak. Ang dami din, no? Kasi kami yung ano, kung makikita nyo sa news, nanu-news yun eh. Pag nag-open yung Revalida, may mga bit-bit yung mga USC Medicine na mga maleta.
Yes.
Kasi andun yung mga
Uh-huh.
libro nila. And then, ayun, it is composed of two parts, no? Ang first part is actually clinicals. Kapag clinicals, it is actually a real patient. So, harap-harapan kayo with a doctor, no? History and physical examination, etc. And then,
Mhm.
ayun, ang second part naman was emergency cases. It's actually bunutan. We have 43 cases, pero I think they're suggesting 80 cases na. So marami na silang i-memorize ngayon.
Wow.
Kami 43 lang kami nung time na yun, yung 80 plus na sila. So bubunot ka lang
Scary
doon and
na.
then kung ano mabunot mo, tatlo yung bubunutin mo. Pipili ka ng isa na pinakaalam mo. So ayun, at that time, yun nga, I actually had my oral revalida. Sobrang galing ng mga panelists namin. We have 3 doctors. And then, I actually passed my oral revalida. At that time, nakakatawa, ang sabi nila nung time na yon was, I was the highest nung batch namin. Actually, not the batch. For
Wow.
the whole history ng UST Medicine, since nag-ano
Wow
sila,
naman!
wala
Galing naman ni Doc Mau.
hindi yan.
Okay.
Ito na, ikikwento ko na sa'yo. Nakakatawa yan. Kasi ano, isipin mo 150 years na sila, sabi sa akin
Uh-huh.
nung mga admin, UST admin officers doon. Yung mga office secretary, sabi niyo, Oy, Mau,
Yes.
ikaw pala highest sa buong history ng Revalida. Pero ang nakakatawa is after 7 days, no? After 7 days talaga, I was actually beaten nung top 1 namin, which is si Karam Walbog. Which is actually yung PLE top
Wow,
notcher
what are the
na
odds?
first place and then yung MTLE top notcher na first place din. Okay lang naman sa akin kasi sabay kami mag-aral ni Karam. Barkada naman siya. As in, magaling talaga siya, hands down.
Mm.
Mas magaling
Mm-mm.
siya sa akin. So, deserve na yun. Nakakatawa lang talaga yung part na 7 days lang ako tapos okay, pinaltan na ako. Pero, congrats kay Karam, by the way. Ayun,
Yes.
sorry. Sorry ang haba ng memorable ko. Very
Go,
memorable talaga.
it's so fun to listen to you, Doc, and all of your journeys. After this, you had your PG, you had your internship, right?
Yes.
And it was at PGH. Would you tell me more about that? Kamusta yung experience mo doon? Masaya ba? Ano ba?
Okay. Parang mixed emotions kasi grabe.
Ah,
Kasi nung na-match ako sa APMC at that time, tuwang-tuwa ako kasi PGH kasi yun yung gustong-gusto ko eh.
mhm.
Siyempre, si UST,
Yes.
no, sinasabihan kami, magaling kami sa theoreticals. Pero I think magaling din naman ang USC sa practicals, by the way. Sabi
Mhm.
ko, para mas ma-experience ko yung mga patient interaction, no? Tsaka yung mga procedures with the patients. Siguro i-try ko naman sa isang public hospital. So, I actually
Yes.
tried sa PGH and then I got accepted after my first matching. For me, masaya siya kasi ang daming mga tao na yung environment mo, yung work environment mo, ang dami, nakakatuwa yung mga blockmates mo, yung mga residents na nagtuturo,
Mhm.
yung mga consultants nagtuturo din, and then magaling talaga sila. As in, isang segundo lang alam na nila kung anong gagawin sa pasyente, may kusa sila sa tao, and then ayun, siguro ang struggles ko lang with PGH is nakakapagod. As in, siguro makaka-relate ka rin, 'di ba? Chinese General Hospital ka, Doc Princess, ang
Yes. Yes.
nakakapagod kasi ang
Nakakapagod
daming
talaga.
pasyente. Ang daming
Mm-mm.
pasyente and kailangan mo pang mag-aral para sa Philippine licensure exam, 'di ba? Yung physician
Yes, na you don't
licensure
understand when will
exam.
you have time to study.
Totoo. Sabi ko, hala,
Yes.
paano ako mag-aaral nito kung after 12 hours, nasa kama na ako, nakahiga, hindi pa ako nagpapalit, di ako naligo.
Oo.
Nakakapagod. No? Pero ayun,
Mm-mm.
to some my experience of sa PGH, I think siguro masasabi ko na best public hospital sila. Kasi lahat ng
Mm-mm.
laboratories andun. Make it mga genes, no? Meron doon. Mga gene sequencing,
Mm-hmm.
meron doon. Meron mga stains
Mm-hmm.
sila for histo, marami doon. And then, yung mga residency programs ng PGH talaga, no? Marami. It encompasses all. May mga subspecialties pa sila. And for me, biased. Lahat na lang na experience best, no? It's really a
Yes.
good thing na napunta rin ako sa PGH. Pero, pagod.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Ibang-iba kasi yung lifestyle mo from UST to PGH.
Oo,
I'm so
sobra.
sure. Yun yung naging
Nayanig talaga ako
difference eh.
doon.
Parang
Nayanig.
asan na tayo, no? So, okay. So, fast forward to now. Did you take the boards already? And how was your preparation like?
Oh, okay. Good question. Kasi lagi akong tinatanong ng mga tao diyan kung nag-boards na ba ako. I actually didn't
Uh-huh.
take the board exam nung October.
Mm,
Hindi rin ako
okay.
nag-apply nung October. Pero I reviewed no October, somewhat reviewed no October. Pero right now, I'm actually planning to take. Planning na. I'm not planning, I'm
Planning.
actually taking na. I'm actually not planning, preparing na talaga. Preparing na for the
Okay.
physician licensure exam this coming March
Yes.
2026. Ito na talaga, promise ko na talaga.
Yes.
Siguro, nag-mental health break muna ako. Nakakapagod kasi, physically,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally, no?
Yes.
Iba talaga yung draining forces nung hospital na yun. Although it was fun, no? Nakakapagod lang talaga. Parang feel ko, ang dami
Mm-hmm.
ko pang kailangan matutunan. Kaya sabi ko, wag muna ngayon. It's not yet my time. So, right
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm reviewing, no? I'm reviewing for
Yes.
my March PLE. And hopefully, siguro ay pass naman sana.
Yes, for sure. Everything in God's perfect timing. Yan.
Yes, ayan,
That's
I
good.
believe in those two. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
parang, yan lagi ko sinasabi, sabi ko, God's perfect timing talaga. Iba rin
Yes.
talaga.
Talagang meron. And what's meant for you is meant for you when the time comes.
Yes.
So yeah. So lastly pala, Doc Mao. What are your plans after passing the boards? Are there any
Okay.
specific paths or specialties in mind?
Nung community medicine kasi namin sa UST, no, pinapa-watch kami ng
Mm-hmm.
isang movie. It's called Mulanay. Parang, it's a Doctor to the Barrios. It's a true to life story na
Oh.
isang Doctor to the Barrios na
Mm-hmm.
babae, no? And then I was actually inspired by that movie. So sabi ko, ay gusto ko rin mag-Doctor to the Barrios kasi parang for me, it is actually a return. Kasi syempre as doctors kasi 'di ba, it's our profession, no? We also get
Mm-hmm.
paid din kasi yun yung living natin. Pero for me, since I became a doctor na hindi naman ako gumastos, no? Pinag-aral ako ng isang foundation. I wanted to pay it forward at the same time. Siguro, gusto ko rin ma-experience yung nasa barrio talaga na I have to be resourceful. Siguro, kaya gusto ko rin yun dahil sa Red Cross kasi you have to be resourceful. Kung ano lang yung gamit na nandyan, yun lang yung
Yes.
pwede, ganyan. And
Uh-uh.
iba. Pero noong umattend ako sa DTTB Congress, yung Doctor to the Barrios Congress, I was actually shocked na hindi pala pwede. Hindi pala pwede maging Doctor to the Barrios kapag hindi ka DOH Scholars. Kasi
Kasi,
ang
mm-mm.
DOH Scholars ngayon, 800 plus na sila, sila lang yung pwedeng maging Doctor to the Barrios. Although masasabi nga natin lahat ng barrio dito sa Pilipinas, hindi pa rin sapat. Kulang pa rin yung mga doktor natin, 'di ba? I
Mm-mm.
think ang
Mm-mm.
ang problem is yung funding naman sa mga plantilla nila. So, it made me rethink. So, actually, iniyakan ko yun at some point. Sabi ko, hala, dito ako na-inspire. Ito yung gusto ko. Ito yung drive ko eh. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, siguro, I'm actually planning now or thinking right now to go on residency. Maybe internal medicine or community family medicine here in the Philippines. Kasi ayoko na mag-abroad. Kahit sabihin natin mahal
You're
doon. Pero
done.
ayoko na mag-exam.
Nalipasan ka na sa abroad.
Yes. Tapos na ang dreams
Oo.
ko doon. So, ayun, baka yun nga, mag-IM na lang or family community medicine or ang subspecialty siguro baka endocrinology or
Mm.
infectious
Yes.
kasi given na nga yung
Disease.
background ko is Yun nga, medtech.
Ah, yes. Okay, that's so nice to hear everything that you just said. Maybe it's time for a little icebreaker. We have a
Oo.
fast talk segment, Doc Mao. So it's our first time for this fast talk. You have to answer quickly as as you can for just 2 minutes. Yeah?
Okay.
Are you
Timer
ready?
ba tayo?
Are you
Magta-timer
ready, Doc
tayo?
Mao?
Sino
Timer?
magta-timer?
Bilisan
Ikaw?
natin.
Mag-timer ka ba?
Pwede naman. Okay. Pero I just want you to talk as fast, ah. I no second guessing, no anything. Just tell me what you think right away.
Bawal
Okay?
tayo makancel,
Ready?
ha? 2
You
minutes,
ready?
2
You
minutes,
ready?
no? Okay,
2 minutes.
sige.
Ready, set, go. Best pre-med.
Medtech.
Best med school.
Siyempre, UST Med.
Part 1 or part 2 ng NMAT?
Part 1.
Bilisan natin ang pagsagot natin, Doc Mau.
Sige.
Scores ng NMAT.
97.
Advice you'd give your NMAT taking self.
Mag-prepare ka pa. Mag-aral ka.
Describe med school in one word.
Difficult.
Saan ka madalas nag-aral?
Siyempre sa Starbucks.
Night out or study out?
Study out. Study out.
Physio or patho?
Pato.
Anatomy or histo?
Histology.
IM or pedia?
Both.
Only one.
Sige, I am na.
OB or gyne?
OB.
Oo o hindi. Umiyak dahil bumaksak sa quiz o exam.
Yes na yes.
Huling inayakan mo nung med school.
Oral revalida namin.
Favorite subject?
Micropara.
Hardest subject?
Pharma.
Tulog or kain?
Kain syempre.
Favorite snack?
Chicken. Snack
Chicken,
talaga.
trans or samplex? Trans or
Samplex.
samplex?
Samplex tayo.
Benign na duty or toxic na duty?
Benign.
Moonlighting or residency?
Residency.
OPD or ward or ER?
OPD.
White coat or scrubs?
For me, white coat.
Light on or lampshade?
Lights on.
Okay, coffee or chocolates?
Chocolates.
Okay, well, that's it for our fast talk. Thank you, Doc Mao. Before we wrap it up, what's your message for aspiring doctors or current med students watching right now?
Siguro ang final takeaway ko lang siguro no is as it's cliche as it sounds no, siguro don't give up. Yun lang, 3 letters lang, don't give up. No? Kasi iniisip ko no, looking back, siguro kung nag-give up ako, siguro mayaman nga ako, nagsiswimming ako sa limpak na pera abroad. Pero
Na
I think
dollars.
I wouldn't be happy as much as right now. And kung hindi ako gumive up, wala lahat to. So, ang isipin nila, no, lahat ng challenges na yan, lahat ng blood, lahat ng sweat, lahat ng paghihirap nila, it will all lead to a road na masasabi nating worth it ito hanggang dulo. Ayun, siguro, yun nga, don't give up lang. Yun.
Thank you so much. That was beautifully said, Doc Mao. Thank you for inspiring us today, telling us how you went from something so difficult into something so very rewarding. I'm so proud of you and what you have become right now. I hope that everybody else was inspired just like how I was inspired by Doc Mao. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. See you on the next episode of
What's Buzzing, Doc?
Doc. Yes, What's Buzzing, Doc. Bye.
Thanks for listening. And if you want more conversations like this, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode.
We release more conversations, insights, and stories that will help you navigate the NMAT, med school, and everything in between. See you on the next one.